With Enjoy Your Life, it's not me sort of saying, thumbs up, enjoy your life, everybody, like, no worries. It's kind of, it's saying that, like, I understand life can be hard.
Yeah.
And I think I learnt when I was young, life is short and wanting to make the most of things, but then life gets in the way, things happen, you kind of get in your head, and sometimes it's nice to have that reminder to, like, bring you back to the moment.
Yeah.
And I think with Glenn's lyric, when I heard that, my mother says to me, enjoy your life, it brought me back to the moment.
Romy, congratulations on your album. It has been 2 years ago when we first had a talk about Lifetime, when you just released your first solo song. Could you briefly explain what happened in between? What did that track bring you in your life?
That song means a lot to me, and you know, it was created at a time when I was missing clubs and I was missing connection with my friends, and it was just like a way to try and ignite some joy for myself. And like, it was really a strange time to share it, and I didn't know if it was like the right thing to do, but I knew that the new music that had come out at that time had made me really happy, because it had given me like just some excitement to dance to in my kitchen. And so I decided to put it out, and it's been amazing to have people talk to me about their experiences of that song coming out at a time when we couldn't be together. And then now when I've been playing it at festivals or in clubs, and people come up to me and say, this song meant a lot to me in lockdown, and it's amazing to hear it like loud in a club now. So I do find it very moving, like when I get to play it now and see people kind of react to it.
Then there was, correct me if I'm wrong, this song Love Her, together with Fred again. And that was the starting point for you, right? When you thought maybe this should be my own solo project. Fred and I had met through writing songs for other people. That was before he'd released any of his own solo music, which feels crazy to say now, because obviously he's released now 4 albums since I met him. And he's just incredibly hardworking, and he's very inspiring for me. But at that time, we were both paired together to write songs for other people. So we were making this music thinking, who could this be for? Who could this be for? And it was really, it was quite a fun way to approach making music with low pressure. And in doing that, I had a lot of fun, because we were just being kind of free in the creativity. And then eventually we became closer, and I started to open up more about my life, and we wrote Love Her, and he sort of said, well, who can this be for? And I said, I think this is for me. And that was it took me a bit of time to get my confidence up, to think that this was a project that I could do for myself. But that song was the kind of ember of it. To me, it sounds like you, like in a positive way, really took your time to decide what kind of songs, what kind of music, what kind of sound you were about to bring.
I think that a lot of the references that I played to Fred, and a lot of my intention for the music has been the same the whole time. Like, I played him a lot of like big dance songs from like the early 2000s, like trance, a lot of this sort of emotional dance music. And then I sort of went on a bit of a journey with the music and took it to different producers and tried to figure out if that was what I wanted to do. And I went on a really long journey. I think that's what took me the time, because I actually realized, no, I love what we've started, and I just had to build up my confidence to say, I want to do this. And that's when Stuart Price helped us to evolve the music and finish it. And he was like the sort of second half of the project, and that's why it took like 4 years.
Yeah, but it's so cool. What kind of decisions or thoughts were running through your mind? Because to me it sounds like an album that's, as you mentioned, the kind of euphoric bangers. It's personal, but it's also the song that you can really dance to. How was the process to fine-tune all the songs?
It took some time. I think that the thing that I really cared about is trying to figure out like songwriting and dance music, so that you can still connect to the storyline and the emotion. Like I always love it when I'm in a club and I can sing along to the song as well. I mean, obviously I love instrumental dance music, but I do love a melody and a chorus. So finding a challenge has been finding the balance between the song coming through as well as you still being able to dance to it.
Yeah.
And I think both Fred and Stuart both like love and understand songwriting and dance music.
Yeah.
And so that was really, I loved working with them both on that love of the two elements.
Yeah. And I can imagine the songwriting was different than what you were used to do with the XX, because I think you briefly explained it when we had a Zoom interview back then. Like you were used to sing about like a person, like someone, and now you really are singing about her and she, that kind of decision. How is that feeling for you right now, since it's out there? Love Her, for example, which is very explicit.
It feels really natural. It feels like nice to just be very directly honest. Like the way that I would say in my personal life, I love her, this is like my wife.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice to just remove the barrier between stage and personal life, or album and personal life.
Yeah.
And I feels like it took me some time to get there, to sort of, but I think it feels very natural, and I wanted to share my story and hopefully like just provide other like representation for other like queer people, and sort of share different storylines within, you know, the context of like kind of dance music. I guess it's like something that I know I wanted more of when I was a teenager. So.
Exactly. Yeah. What or who did encourage you?
Oliver from the XX actually was really, I was just, you know, I'm not just saying that, like he really was like, he knows my love of like this style of music, and I think when he like realized that's where I was going to go, he was quite surprised, but he also was like really encouraging. And like a song on the end of the album called She's on My Mind, there's a lyric in it, and I was like, should I leave that in? And he was like, you have to leave that in. He really like encouraged me to like go for it. And he's been amazing. Robyn has been like really lovely. I had a few conversations with her. I asked for her advice because I was reaching a bit of a crossroads, and she was so supportive, and is someone I look up to so much that like that time and that conversation, you know, it meant a huge amount to me.
Yeah. And can you explain what she told you, or what she gave you? Because you also went to the Beverly concert together, right?
Yeah.
My mother says to me, enjoy your life.
That was so cool. I mean, that was before the pandemic, so that was. I was in Stockholm, and I was with her. We'd had dinner the night before, and she said, do you want to come to see this artist? And I'd never heard of them before. So it was Beverly Glenn Copeland, and I whatever Robyn says, like I trust Robyn. So I was like,
let's go to a gig.
And it was honestly one of the best gigs I've ever seen. And Glenn's music is so deeply emotional and spiritual. And in that gig, I heard the lyric, "My mother says to me, enjoy your life," from his song La Vita, which was the inspiration for Enjoy Your Life.
Yeah.
And you know, that song wouldn't exist without Robyn. I mean, she's obviously an incredible artist, and I'm a huge fan. But to have those little moments with her is very special to me. I found like an old Instagram post where like I posted it after the show, like that clip of that lyric, because it was like the best bit. It just really stayed with me. I kind of kept it in my mind and wrote the song quite quickly afterwards, inspired by it. I never thought that Glenn would give me the permission to sing his lyrics, and then we could sample his voice. So I'm so grateful.
Yeah, that's so cool. Was it like logically for you to put it out and to talk about, like refer to your own mother?
I think that it's been, as well as being more open about my relationship, my sexuality, it's been good for me to like talk about grief and like put that into my music, because I think that naturally I'm the kind of person that I hold things in with strong and like opening up that it is about grief and like processing that, well, for me. And meant that now I've been in situations where I've been in clubs and I've had someone come up to me and tell me their experience of listening to the song and processing their grief, and we're in a club and I'm like having this kind of like, you know, this whole like full circle moment, because and it's really, I find that very special, that someone then wants to share, and then I'm talking about it because of that. So it helps me. And that's also with Enjoy Your Life. The idea is like that it's not me sort of saying thumbs up, enjoy your life, everybody, like no worries. It's kind of it's saying that like I understand life can be hard, and I think I learned when I was young, life is short, and wanting to make the most of things, but then life gets in the way, things happen, you kind of get in your head, and sometimes it's nice to have that reminder to like bring you back to the moment. And I think with Glenn's lyric, when I heard that, my mother says to me, enjoy your life, it brought me back to the moment. And it just made me feel very alive when I heard that. And so to be able to have that in the music, and for me to be able to sing that, is a good connection to that.
Is it like close to maybe a kind of specific memory of your childhood or something, a conversation with your mother as well?
Well, she was a very like uplifting person. I don't have huge amounts of memories of her because I was 11, and like so. I have my mum's sisters who I'm really close with, and I think there's that in my family. There is that sort of perspective of when things are hard, you try and see the good in it as well, and trying to, you know, kind of what I've tried to say, acknowledging, of course, it's not easy, but like trying. You know, I guess there are some people that bad things happen and they just say, oh, well, you know. And then there's some people that want to try and still keep going.
And I find it's so beautiful that you like actively remember and like celebrate someone, because like my father died when I was 8, so I don't have no memories at all. And sometimes when someone who knew him is talking to me, like, if they're talking about someone that you don't know, so to say.
Absolutely, I'm so sorry. That's really young as well. I mean, it's horrible to not have memories. But I think I find that like when somebody does share how they felt about someone that you've loved, like it's kind of like a gift.
Exactly.
Because it gives you this. It gives you the. It helps me to learn more about that person. Which is like really special.
Super special, like hard and beautiful at the same time.
It's obviously it's not easy.
Okay, let's talk about Queer Joy, because of course this is an album to dance, to sing, to celebrate to.
But I'm happy we could talk about like deeper things as well with it, because that is, you know, I like that it can be a conversation starter.
What was the first time that you felt like home in a queer space, that you felt like I can celebrate, some kind of pride feeling for you?
When I must have been about 16, I think. Oliver and I went out in Soho in London, and we got into this club it was called Ghetto, which is a funny name, but it is now a train station, like it doesn't exist anymore. But we were so excited to get in, and I think when I like the music I heard there, it was really big pop music listened to with a lot of joy, and like not with like irony. And I really loved that and connected to it, and you know, feeling safe to be myself and to explore my sexuality and to like see representation and role models. I was like, it was a big thing, and some of the people I met there are still my best friends. So that it had a big impact on me, and I would go there a lot, and the manager said to me, do you want to DJ? And I said, but I don't know how to DJ. So he said you just burn some CDs and come back and fade it in and out.
Was this like the LimeWire kind of era?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. So I just relied on songs that you press play and everybody goes like, woo! But I still love DJing that kind of music now, and the way that everybody connects and feels that like instant joy is like something that has stayed with me now.
Yeah, thank you so much. And do you already know, like, do you have something in mind, like how you're gonna celebrate the album, the release, when it's there? I haven't. This is something that I need to plan. I think I'm probably going to cry and like at midnight or before,
out of happiness, but like just I don't know. It's like some sort of like birth that's been going on for like 4 years.
That stuff. You're allowed to cry.
Maybe it's shed some tears. But I think it would be an emotional release. But I just can't wait for people for the music to be shared with them, and I hope people like it, and I'm just excited to be able to like connect with people that have heard the music at last.
Yeah, so cool. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
You don't